Hello, everybody. Welcome to our second installment of Cosmic Heart Circle, where the three of us get together and talk about the full moon to the next full moon energy, basically the next month or so. I am Julie Sherwood, Your Best Hopes Wellness Coaching, yourbesthopeswc.com, 13 sign constellational astrologer, root cause therapy practitioner, solution focused wellness coach, and Reiki practitioner. So, mind, body, spirit, wellness, where we marry it all together. And I'm joined today by Ms. Maria. Go for it. I'm just going around my screen.
Hello, I am Maria Schumacher. I am also a 13 sign constellational astrologer. You can find me in a couple of places on Facebook and WhatsApp and also Venus-13.com is my website. And I also offer a number of services that support um, spiritual growth and well-being, and I am a practicing witch for pretty much my whole life. So
Yay.
that's me, Venus-13.com. And
And good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I'm not sure where everybody is at this time. It's morning for me, but yes, I'm Angela and I am a hypnotherapist, and I have the absolute privilege of bringing through the energetic reading for the lunar cycle. So I'm very excited to do that and see what comes through this for this cycle, and also how this can assist people to navigate life and move through life, because that's all what we're trying to do, isn't it? We're always trying to navigate our lives to continue to move forward and have it as wonderful as possible.
Yes, and before we drop into the channel, I just want to remind everybody, especially if you're new here, Ange doesn't know astrology. Maybe this much. When we say the
No.
sun or the moon, yeah, but the details of the energy, so the message that comes through is pure energy. And then Maria and I will take a look and see how that all aligns with our cosmic energy. So I just want to put that out there. This is a pure channel with no pre-discussion. So
Mm-mm.
there you go.
No, no.
All
All
right.
right.
Whenever
Okay.
you're
Well,
ready,
thank
my
you very
dear.
much. Thank you. We first welcome you here. And what we are going to do is we are going to welcome you in with a bubble of love. Now, let us explain as to why we are doing this. At this point in time, there seems to be this great wave through the collective of fear, uncertainty. Now, know that this fear and uncertainty is the movement forward. It is moving us forward, as there is this huge conscious shift for people to move forward. There is no longer the standing, the keeping of what the old systems were holding. This is a continual breakdown of this. So understand that this is all happening for progression. This is all happening for the movement forward. This is all happening for all of us on an individual level as well as a collective level. There is going to be change. Now, understand there is always change. However, this is a change that is occurring at a deeper level, at a root level, at a systems level. People are not standing for what they used to stand for anymore. They are wanting change. They are wanting something different. They are not wanting this overarching umbrella to be forcing, to be making these decisions for them. They are looking to make decisions for themselves. Now, we understand that within a collective world of which you are, this can create chaos for everyone to have their own, how do we say this? For everyone to have what they want and push that forward, it can create chaos. However, the shift in the movement of where this is moving to is going to create a more, and we do not say balanced, however, there is greater harmony with this. There is greater, what is the word? It is, we do not mean balance. And it is like harmony. We will use harmony for lack of a better word. There is this harmony coming, and it is going to happen as the systems break, as people are going to start working towards what they are wanting, how they are wanting their lives. Now, in this moment, this is creating great uncertainty and fear, though understand that uncertainty is part of life, as we do not hold the knowledge of what is going to happen next. So being comfortable in uncertainty is an important part of moving forward in life. And this is where we hold you in this beautiful bubble of love. Because when you can sit in this love and this safety and knowing that it is going to be okay, despite not knowing the next step, not knowing the certainty, it creates a greater safety within yourself. It creates a greater opportunity for harmony, both within yourself and out within the collective. So that is what we just wanted to say firstly, is that in this channel, in this reading, we hold you in the bubble of love. As know that all that is coming up for you at the moment is truly only to assist you. It may feel that it is one of which is trying to break you down, to make it more difficult, to create hardship, and we can say with love, it is not. It is not. And we offer you, we invite you to look at what is coming up for you right now, where you feel it is trying to make it harder, when it is really possibly the operating system of which you are using and operating from is no longer valid for you. It is no longer working for you. And so this is where we encourage you and we invite you to look at this, to bring what is in the unconscious into the conscious. And while people may say, I do not know how to do that, you do. You do know how to do that. You do that by looking for repetition. What is repeating? What is repeating? That will give you the top part of it. And then you follow that down to see what is at the bottom. What is the root that you can take out so that you do not see, you do not feel, you do not repeat. And that is the encouragement, the invitation for you at this moment. It is almost as if there is this feeling of uncertainty. It is uncertainty, and this is not only on the collective, this is on the individual level as well, because there is so much that is changing. There is so much that is being available to you to see. See what you are working from that is outdated. See where you want to go. And this is the interesting thing, is that you are and you know where you want to go. It is just that sometimes the old operating system stops you from moving from here to here. And so it is about looking at that, being okay with the uncertainty and the uncomfortability, the uncomfortableness of it. Because when you can be uncomfortable, you can look at things deeper. You can look at things through a different lens. You can see things you could not see before because you were resisting sitting in being uncomfortable, not wanting to move because the next step may be uncertain. And so know that all of this has been said and held with love as you move through this. So what is on the flip side, the other side, is expansion, we do not say freedom in the sense of you are able to do everything that you like. However, it starts you on the journey of the opportunities to create greater freedom, as you will then be more expansive. And that just means that you are able to hold more, you are able to bring more into your life, because you are not being held by the old operating systems over here. This is a transition. We are constantly in transition. However, at this time, it is greater. There is a bigger focus on these transitions, because these are what are going to lead you into the next step, the next part. The life you only thought was a dream. And that is what is held in this time, in this moment, in this space. And we send you great love as you move through this.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Well, I don't know about you, Maria, but my first thought was we did a roundtable about all this energy just
Oh
before we got
my
together.
God. Y-
Yes.
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 Wow.
So, right, yeah, right off the top. First of all, your closing quote, I don't know if you remember this. The life you own is bought with a dream. Oh,
Mm.
whoa, that, I, I could, the life you own is bought with a dream, and that is what is held in this moment. The idea that what we are choosing, and another thing you repeated a lot was choice, was choice, was choice, was choice, was option. So you're going to be presented with options, like option A, the old way, option B, something completely else that we don't know what it is yet.
And oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and since we know we had a little bit of Lilith in here, we're gonna see what is not working for us.
Hmm.
I
And,
always say, yeah,
and it ties into the full moon, which we can pull up whenever, but we have the sun in Gemini,
right,
illuminating our choices. Gemini is the energy of getting information, getting the answers. It's that analytical, left brain stuff. What choices do I have? And then the moon in Sagittarius is going internally to understand where the wisdom is. So that was part of the message too, is we already know within us what that is. And that moon helps us go back. I'm getting goosebumps. That moon
yeah,
helps us go internally.
yeah.
Um, And what we talked about in the roundtable today, for those listening, now, plus to tie this all together, and I'll actually put the link to our roundtable because I think it's relevant, is we had Jupiter, the big expander, and you talked about expansion,
Yep. And
the guys,
expansive, you repeated that a
expansion.
lot too. Mhm.
In Cancer, the protective stars, the home, the internal, the moon's home stars.
That's right.
And there's a conversation that Jupiter is having with all of these other planets that are playing into this huge collective change. So it all ties together.
And clearing out, right? It starts with Cancer. What do you wish to let go of?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to make room for? And before anything can come in, we have to clear stuff out. And that's all Jupiter through Cancer is all about that. It's not about I don't know what the next step is. I just know that I want to make room for something, and
Mm-hmm.
therefore I have to clear stuff out. I have to be clear on what isn't working for me because I have to know what I'm going to clean out
Mm-hmm.
so that I can make room for something new.
The old operating system no longer works. And,
That's
and,
right.
and I think that also goes with the continuation of the conversation of Uranus and Taurus. Uranus is our operating system as a collective, right? It's our technology. It's everything we're tuning into, but we go back to Taurus. What do we value in that? And this is a time for us to clear out what hasn't been working.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Uranus and Taurus. Have you been getting the results? Like what have you built? What has manifested for you? When you look around, what's manifested? Okay. Is that working? Do we want to keep doing the old stuff or do we want to maybe do something new? But before we do the new, we have to clear out, we have to make room. Oh my God, yes. And it's just so uncanny.
Nice. They
We
know.
totally just talked about all of this. Um, the operating system is no longer working from you, bringing the unconscious into consciousness. What is repeating?
Mm-hmm.
Notice what repeats. And that I think also has to do again with um with Saturn, frankly, in Pisces, because now he's dredging up
Yeah.
stuff. Saturn being um the Lord of Form, the Lord of Time. So nothing can take form
Systems.
right now, but things are still dissolving, things are still breaking down and being churned up from those depths of Pisces so that we can see what isn't working. Cancer having that same depth because it's also a water sign,
Yep.
right? I feel like I need to simplify the astrology here because it's like, what are they saying? So so right now we've still got two big planets in Pisces. We've got Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. Pisces is a big water sign having to do with spirituality, the deep subconscious. Jupiter has just moved into Cancer. Jupiter's a great big planet. Jupiter expands. Like all of the big planets have like a key word,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, Jupiter expands. So he's expanding the energy of Cancer, which is very similar to Pisces, except that Cancer has a shell. It's very, very personal. It's very, very about me. It's the moon's home stars. And so when we think about Cancer, we think about any sort of space, physical space, like a home, like wherever you go, literally, physically, or metaphorically,
Shell.
to nurture yourself, your shell.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you hide things that are precious? Where do you kind of tuck things away that you don't want other people to see? It has your secrets. But it's your nurturing place. And here's Jupiter in there, expanding all of that. So there's going to be nurturing energy. We want to nurture ourselves more, but we also want to make space in that place for new things to come in so that we can grow, nurture, right? Be nurtured in a different way so that we can grow.
And what's interesting about it, do we have charts? And if we don't, that's no worries. I think
We have got
it's
charts.
there.
What chart do you want?
Um, let's take a look at let's take a look at the full moon because I think everything else that we're talking about is close
Which
enough.
one? The end of July or the one right now?
The one right now, the
One
29th.
right, the one right now. Okay.
In the meantime, as you're pulling that up, this again goes to the guide's message about this is an individual and a collective energy. So the individual is that Jupiter in Cancer, like Maria said, mine, my safe little space, my little shell. And then all of the other planets that we were talking about, Uranus, Saturn, Pluto, and Neptune, they move so slowly that their energies generally are felt more by the collective. So it does marry together. What the guides were saying is this isn't just about you and you and you, it's about you and you and you and us together because we're setting a foundation for a great change for a generation or two.
Right. But it's all got to come through us, through our innermost, where did you say it? That it's bringing that subconscious into conscious. I mean, so Cancer. Yeah.
So I'm circling a couple things. Here's our sun and our moon for the full moon, like we mentioned.
Yeah, this is the June 29th. Let me scoot
Yep.
so you can see the date.
Yep.
June 29th for the Northern Hemisphere. It'll be the 30th for y'all down south.
Mhm.
Oops. I'm drawing as you're moving. That's okay. We do this on the fly. And then Pluto, I just want to circle the planets again for the people who may be fairly new. So Jupiter's little symbol is here, but he's actually hanging out right about here in the chart.
Yep,
We have
yep.
Neptune here. So these are our big ones. These are, oh, and I forgot Saturn. Where did, oh, so I drew over the top of Saturn. Hello, there you are. So these guys are all hanging out together. Here, let me clear that, make that prettier. Here, these two are together. So
You're
we,
funny.
I know. So we've got our systems guy, structure guy, time
Uh-huh.
board, all of that with Neptune. And before we talked about the dissolving of all of that with Neptune and Saturn
Right.
conversation earlier this year. But that also goes to our ability to tap into the unconscious. As the guide said, bring what is in the unconscious conscious to the conscious. I can't say that. This is the second time today.
Like a tongue twister.
Blah, 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 blah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But it's interesting because again, Saturn is structure and Neptune is fluidity, and the two of them together is that message. Yep. See, Maria's drawing pictures now too. Oh yes, there's that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. There's that.
Anyway, so
So,
here's Jupiter in Cancer.
mm-hmm.
Uh here's Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. And they're not they're in trine contact right now. So Jupiter is trine to Neptune. Love this. Love this. Neptune has very similar energy to Jupiter in
Mm-hmm.
that she also expands, but it's an inward expansion. Jupiter tends to expand things outward, Neptune tends to open up inward. So the fact that the two of these are in trine conjunctions, like everything is opening. We are just opening up on every level.
Mm-hmm.
And that also seems to be what you were talking about, or what the guides brought through, um
It's,
in your channel that uh, we want to get okay with uncertainty as we move forward because everything's opening.
yes.
We have so many more possibilities than we did, partly because we now have the capacity to see, to
Hmm.
see more possibility. So much now revealed and available to see. Oh my God, it said it right there. So it's,
I love you.
I love you too. I love this. I love this.
And when you were talking about the Neptune Jupiter, the internal external expansion, I had the image of the toroidal field.
Yes, yes,
The
yes, yes.
toroidal field, how it expands outward and I'm getting goosebumps again. Inward, outward, and but it's simultaneous and constant.
Right.
And I think, okay, the other thing that's coming to me too is the guide saying that we're starting this with welcoming you with a bubble of love. And that's the center of the toroidal energy is the heart,
Yeah.
the heart.
And that's
And
also
moon.
Cancer. Yes, the
Yes.
the moon, that heart center. When who's I listening to Regina Meredith? When the human being comes fully online through their heart center. And what if we got the great expander in our heart center? So you talk about it's all happening right now. It really is all happening right
Spot
now.
on.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is this is again the culmination of the energy from the last new moon on June
Hmm.
14th, which was in the last few degrees of Taurus before the sun moved into Gemini. And this is the culmination of it to get us ready for that next cycle when the sun and Jupiter are going to meet in Cancer. So this is for us to expand into that and be
Hmm.
ready to open our hearts, to really go within, but also understand what is that protective layer? Is that old protective layer working or is it not? Right? The old operating system. In fact, in our roundtable, one of our participants talked about, you've got a closet full of old clothes and you want the new clothes to bring something new, but if you still have the old clothes there, that energy is still there. I'm not saying it as eloquently as she did, but that was the gist.
Well, mostly like you want a new wardrobe of clothes, but your closet is full of the old stuff.
Yeah,
Where are you going to put them? You have to make room for the new clothes. If you want a new sofa, you can't put it on top of the old one in your living room. You have to make room. Shall I pull up the
yeah,
full moon of July 29th? Okay.
yeah. So this gets us an idea of what'll come in the bookends of this cycle. So again,
Oh,
we go full moon to full moon. Oops, let me clear the drawings here.
yeah, me too. Me
Clear,
too.
clear.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the bookends of the cycle. Oh man, look at trine, trine, trine. So,
Right?
yep. And when we say trine, we're looking at this 120-degree relationship. Whoops, it's okay.
I
Um,
did it
yeah,
again.
it's okay. It's for those again who don't know what this language means. It's basically a harmonious tends to be a harmonious energy because they're at a 120-degree angle to each other in a relationship. So the energy can be very harmonious and flowing. It can
Ooh,
also be very gluttonous, so or complacent or lazy because it's so easy. So,
right.
but generally speaking, depending on the planets having the conversation, um, it's like you walk into the room and you see your friend, and you just have that friend that you've been missing and you've wanted to see. It's that kind of beautiful energy rather than the T-bone car coming at you at a right angle like a
That's
sprint.
right. It's easy. It's
Right.
supportive. It's,
Oh,
yeah.
and in fact, the guide said that this going through this process, deciding for ourselves rather than letting the systems dictate to us, will create some chaos, but it'll be an increase in harmony, trines, harmony
Yep.
as these systems break.
Yep. Yep. I know you really stressed harmony
Mm-hmm.
in this one. So I want us to pay close attention to the full moon at the end of the month. Sun is conjunct Jupiter
Right.
and moon is conjunct Pluto.
That means they're in the same room together having a conversation with each other at opposite ends of the house.
Right, right. Pluto will have retrograded,
His energy is pulled
would
back.
yeah, pulled back and sort of focused inward by then. But so this, once again, this isn't just a full moon. This is a full moon with a little extra. We've got hangers on. And these are big, powerful planets. We talked about Pluto and Jupiter a lot during the whole month of July. And here they are right up in the bookending full moon for that month. I mean,
And
it's yeah,
and the polarity of this moon sun being opposite one another, they're in the again the protective stars of Cancer, the internal self, that little shell, but the moon is calling us to that individual versus not versus in balance with the collective, because
right.
Capricorn is about what's out in society, what are the structures. Saturn's home stars is Capricorn. What
Yeah,
systems are working or not working? The moon asks us again to go within to figure out how we want to make our choices rather than letting the systems tell us. That goes right
right,
to the message.
right,
Right to the
right.
message.
So and so here we are transforming the systems by virtue of the choices that we make
Mm-hmm.
because of the new things that we are seeing, that everything is revealed, including sort of replays of the old,
Mm-hmm.
right? There have been these last gasps of old systems. There's, again, Saturn and Pisces coming through saying, all right, just to remind you how that looked, you want
Mm-hmm.
that? Just to remind you how that felt. Do you want
Yeah.
that? So, and that's out in the world. Repeaters, systems are also repeaters,
Mm-hmm.
right? The things that sort of come back.
Mm-hmm.
We talked this afternoon about letting go of things, which sounds great. Just let go, right? Okay, sounds easy. But just because I've let go of something does not mean it's going to stop chasing me. You've it things will come back around that we thought we had let them go. We thought we were over it. We thought we were past that. We thought we were over that guy. We thought we had figured out how to quit smoking. We had been sober for 3 years. You know what I mean? Stuff is going to come back to you just to be like, all right, we still don't want that, right?
And that came through in the messages too, because
Yeah.
what I wrote down was this goes back to the bring what is in, I'm going to try to say this again, in the unconscious to the conscious. We
Yep.
think we don't know how, but we do. And here's the message: look at what is repeating to go to the root of what isn't working. So
That's it.
there's your repetition again. So again,
Yeah.
beautiful alignment. Not, what's also interesting is Cancer is the stars of our ancestral roots. So it can not
Mm.
only be, I would interpret that not only as like, your family, your heritage, but it's also our personal ancestral root of ourselves, if you will. Like from the
Mhm.
day we were born, what's been going on. So
Yeah.
that's another way to look at it. And that's
Right.
how to pull up the silt, the mud from the bottom to find out where it all is. But it's
Hmm.
murky right now. It's murky.
Hmm.
So,
Some things feel familiar, some things feel the other thing you talked about, it was being okay with the uncomfortable, leaning into the
yep,
uncomfortable. The fear and uncertainty move you forward. That's North Node. Now here we
yep.
are with the North Node, South Node axis. Um, and we have to move out of our comfort zone. And sadly, the comfort zone can contain things that we really don't want. But because we don't know anything else, we'll stick with it. Like, well, it's always been this way. I know that he beats me, but I don't know what I'd do without his income.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's an extreme thing. But um, you know, I here's another example. I know I need to lose weight for my health, but I'm uncomfortable feeling hungry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And between the full moons, Mars is moving through Taurus. So
Yes,
taking action to align with our personal values,
that's it.
our internal and external values. But
Yeah,
it's at a personal level. Taurus is at the personal level. Scorpio's at the shared resources level.
right.
So that's
But
different.
I also wanted to draw attention to the Lilith opposite Lilith thing.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the thing I always say about Lilith is that she always knows what isn't working for us. Lilith always knows what isn't working for us. So we have her two representatives in the heavens opposite one another eh, like this whole month, pretty much. But we really see it because she's bifurcating this grand trine, right? So the Lilith Black Moon is asking us to be like, okay, look, everything that we're ashamed of in terms of what or that we're afraid of. This is what I get. With Lilith down here in Ophiuchus, anything in you that you're afraid of, any part of yourself that you're afraid of. I am afraid of the part of me that wants to actually rip somebody's throat out sometimes. I am afraid of the part of me that is really, really smart. I am afraid of the part of me that believes something incredible. I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of that part of me that knows it is sovereign. All of that is like, okay, well, being afraid of that is not working for us. And so, opposite, we've got Lilith asteroid in the sign of manifestation, saying, okay, then what we need to do is move into a place where we accept all this about ourselves, right? And let it come through and let it manifest. Everything about ourselves that we fear, the hugeness that we sense, we're going to get a sense of how huge we are and how much change we really can bring through. And it is going to scare the shit out of us, and we're going to be asked to pull it through anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then I have a note. It allows us the ability to hold more without the old operating system.
Yes, that's a good closer.
Mm-hmm.
I love this stuff.
Tell us how you really feel, darling.
I really love this stuff.
And I love that you've had the a round table
Yeah.
today. Yeah, too, and that it's just sort of all married up in the same way as well. Like it blows my mind every time.
I seriously, I cannot wait to show this to these guys. Like, you guys, everything we talked about, just listen to this. Just listen to this.
Do we want to take the share off so we can close out in all your
Oh,
excitement?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we can.
Tell me how you really feel.
I'm a little excited right now.
I think,
Apparently,
that's a little hint of Venus going to be moving into Leo.
oh my God, she flies through. She's in Leo for like 3 seconds. I mean, honestly, she goes through the whole sign of Leo in 1 month,
Which is fast.
which is fast
Yeah, it's
for
really
her. It's
Mm.
just like almost disappointing. Well, Jupiter goes through Cancer in only 3 months, which
Yep,
is fast for him, right? Like,
yep.
geez, you guys, you know,
And
heaven.
I'm going to tag in one more little bit of info and then we'll sign off. But Jupiter takes 12 years to go around the chart. So think back where you were in 2014-ish when Jupiter was just moving into Cancer at that time. what was going on in the regard of what we were just talking about today. That protective layer, the expanding into from within, if you will. So it's a good reflective point to see what has happened in the last 12 years since that's happened. So anyway, so there you have it, friends. Thank you. And we're still got on the back burner Cosmic Heart Circle within to allow an opportunity for, I believe we're looking at maybe 3 possible people in the future to work directly with us, because that we want
Yes,
to make this like a 10-week-ish opportunity, maybe some time to work with us together and one-on-one. So stay tuned as we're fine
yeah, this
tuning
would be a
this
good one.
process in the
Uh,
group setting. Then we'll look at how we'll expand into nurturing, Jupiter and Cancer, others into their own empowerment. So thank you
yeah,
again.
honestly, yeah. If you, I'm just gonna say this would be a
Yeah.
good month to do that. We haven't advertised it like at all, but if somebody, the right person to find you at the right time, and if you're that right person at the right time, just reach out to us. We
Yes.
can start working with you right now because there's a lot going on, and we're here to help.
Yes. Yes. Well, signing off, Julie Sherwood, Your Best Hopes Wellness Coaching. Ms.
Maria Schumacher, Venus-13.com.
And Ms. Angela.
And Angela Middens, where am I? Three Feathers Wellbeing.
All right. Well, thank you, friends. And until the next full moon, be well.
All right. Take care.